Hey, it's Kate from Daisy Nails, creating fun, funky and fabulous nails in the comfort of your home. This is a car park voiceover. It's dark, it's windy, it's definitely October. So I'm starting with Bend and Snap, which is the Madam Glam Sparkly Purple. I absolutely love this. I love the whole of this range. I don't think I use the Bend and Snap quite as much as some of the others. So I'm doing an ombre, starting at doing the bottom with the Bend and Snap. Pop that one away, and then this is the NY Nails Funfair, which is my new sparkly pink, which I love. I love it so much. So let's get that out. Super kick. Super kick, family thing instead of super quick, due to childhood sayings. Right, so I'm going to pop the pink on there. It's quite a translucent one, but once it's got 2 layers on, it looks pretty good. And then get my Madam Glam ombre brush, and it really is just little flicks backwards and forwards, moving slightly up and down all the way across, and you end up blending it together beautifully. This brush is great for that. I've had ombre brushes before which I never got the same effect, so I don't know if it is the brush or if it's something I'm doing, who knows. But yes, backwards and forwards, so you're bringing some of that lighter colour down into the darker colour, some of the darker colour up into the lighter colour, and into the lamp for 30 seconds. And second coat, because you got to do a second coat. So the first coat, it doesn't matter so much if the ombre isn't spot on, as long as it exists, because, you know, it sort of adds that depth to it when you add the second coat. If you don't ombre the first coat, it shows through that you've got a solid line there. Ombre brush again, it's been cleaned since the first one, and again little movements slightly up and down the nail, making sure when I flipped it over that I was keeping the half of the brush that had been on the purple side still on the purple side, otherwise you're just gonna make a whole big mess. Just look at those sparkles. Pop it in the lamp another 30 seconds. Right, so I'm getting out my perfect black, popping a bit of that onto my palette, and then I'm going to get one of my art brushes. We'll find out in a second which one it is, because it's been several days since I actually filmed this. It is the Madam Glam Detail Liner, there we go. So using the perfect black, I'm going to paint a cauldron. And it starts with a nice curved line all the way around. At this point I went back up to the top at the other side to bring it down, but I got a pretty even look. And then the top of the cauldron kind of has a lip, doesn't it? Or at least, you know, all my friends' cauldrons do. So from the top line, just painting out ever so slightly, and then this line here, it's not a straight line across because your cauldron is 3-dimensional, so I brought that down into a really shallow upside down rainbow shape, and then going to fill that in. I think I used the Madam Glam petal brush, didn't I? Yeah, it's that little bit thicker. I can pick up a bit more of the gel and fill in my cauldron. There's an old style street lamp behind me, you know, the old orange ones. And the tree I'm parked under, which if I look at the leaves, I think that's a maple. The leaves are swaying backwards and forwards, and it's making the orange of the street lamp sort of flicker on my car radio, looking as if it's like a little fire in the car. That would be worrying, wouldn't it? I'm trying to make myself feel warm. My toes are definitely turning to ice here. Why am I in a car park on a cold, breezy, chilly night? It's because I'm waiting for the eldest to come out of youth group. So I then got the perfect white, popped it next to the perfect black, temporarily while I do the second coat. Let's speed that up. Zoom. I think I'm in a silly mood. Pop it into the lamp, another 30 seconds. And then I mix together the perfect white and the perfect black to get a nice grey to create the shading on here. well, not the shading, the highlight actually, isn't it? Just so that you can get a bit of definition, see where the lip is. So I brought that around. And then I did the top of it as well, so where the light would hit it. If the light's coming from the left-hand side, looking down on the cauldron, that's where the light's going to hit it. Always picture where your light source is when you're doing this, and then you can imagine where that light's going to hit it. I think I thought about it, and then I decided to bring that line all the way across that's at the top of the sort of the bulgy bit before you reach the lip. Thought, decided against anything else, and popped it in the lamp. 30 seconds. Madam Glam gels and Nail gels. Nio, how do you say it? Someone tell me. 30 seconds, both of them. Right, so I mixed an awful lot more of the white into that grey to create like a smoky, steamy effect coming out of the cauldron. I didn't want this to be too opaque. I wanted to definitely see some of the background through it because, you know, it's smoke. You can see through smoke, right? And this is definitely a cauldron that is bubbling. And pop that into the lamp. 30 seconds. And then I used my dotting tool, popped a whole load of dots over it. Because, you know, if you're cooking something magical in a cauldron, then there has to be stars and sparks coming off it, right? So this is my Crystal Nails Zero Short, which is my favourite one for doing this because it's incredibly fine. Literally a couple of bristles and that's it. Pulling out the product that's already in the dot you've made, no extra product required, just to do the sparkles on the dots. I only did, I think, maybe 3 or 4, and then afterwards I decided to add some more dots because I figured that there would be some sparks sort of coming out of the smoke as well, not just sitting in it. I love the sort of the goldiness of that pink. Sort of like got a bit of a rose gold background to it, as well as the pinkness of it. There we go, this is where I added the couple of extra little bits. Was it? No, am I doing some more star on it then actually? That was before I did the extra bits. Oh, that's right, I was going to see if I could do the dot with the dotting brush, but it wasn't quite picking up enough of the gel because there wasn't very much left on the palette, enough to actually pick up a dot of it onto the brush, so I used the dotting tool. Pulling out, make sure that the top and the bottom bits that you pull out are opposite one another and the left and the right ones are opposite, and that's, you know, not slightly off. And as much as possible coming from the centre. I do absolutely love this nail. Pop it in the lamp, 30 seconds, and then I went in with a shiny top coat because, you know, glitter, sparkles, they can look nice with a matte, but I wanted to go in with the top, with the shiny. And there we go, we got some focus at last. One cauldron with sparkles and glitter and everything. Thanks for watching. Have a good rest of the week. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. Bye.